Hey guys, it's Kasi again. This video I'm going to show you all the boss encounters of Lost City of Tol'vir, starting with General Hassam, something like that. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. Anyway, for this strategy, the best idea is to avoid fiery traps on the ground, which you'll see those as they pop up. Bad intentions, which is a charge, can and should be avoided by spreading out and or moving away. And of course, do not get in front of the boss because he does a shockwave, which is a frontal cone ability that deals roughly 25,000 physical damage to or in front of him in a frontal cone shape. Of course, your best bet for if you're healing is to avoid everything that's on the ground, like any other boss encounter ever. I don't think there's been a single boss that if there's something on the ground you stand in it, but I could be wrong as usual. But nonetheless, if there's something on the ground, make sure you get out of it. Also for tanks, best bet right now for how to deal with this fight is to of course stack stamina, because he does inflict a lot of damage on you. With Shockwave, Hammer Fist, and of course the Mystic Trap. The Mystic Trap inflicts roughly 50,000 fire damage to all players within the trap boundary, and also will knock them back. So it's best to kite the boss out of the things on the ground, the traps, if you will. Make sure you kite the boss out of those. Otherwise you will be getting knocked back and taking a lot of damage. And also you probably might be irritating the healer quite a bit if they have to heal through that. Because as of right now, healers are having to put a lot of strain on themselves just to keep everyone at least somewhat alive. It's nearly impossible to keep everyone topped off because there's a lot of damage throughout the entire encounter. Also, he has an ability called Detonate Traps. Detonate Traps, which, as it sounds, it detonates all those traps, causing, again, the 50,000 fire damage to everyone within that trap. He also has a Charge ability, which I think I may have mentioned that, but I'll cover that again. Basically, he'll charge with a charge with a cast time, and does a lot of a lot of damage to the player that he targets within that path, which you can move out of that. However, make sure you get out of it and try and stay alive. As far as that fight goes, he's not that hard. It just takes a lot of wipes to get him, and he does drop some decent gear if you can get him. Moving on to Lockmaw. There's many ways you can do this fight. However, the best way to do it is just keep moving him around, because his counterpart Og, I think that's how you pronounce it, is right pretty much with him on heroic mode. On normal mode he's not there, so you don't really have to worry about him. But on heroic mode he pops up with the dust cloud, which it does a little bit of damage. It's not much. It can be healed through, but again, make sure you try and get out of it, because otherwise you'll have a healer irritated at you trying to keep you alive. As far as tanking goes, again, try and kite him around as much as possible. He spawns ads. DPS, try and burn those down as quickly as possible. But he does spawn quite a few ads. Let's see, what else does he have? Dust Flail periodically smashes the ground with his tail, which that causes the dust cloud around you, and you want to get out of it. It does do quite a bit of damage to him, or to you, and after a while it will hurt. so make sure you get out of it as soon as possible. Also, he has an ability called Scent of Blood. This deals 1850 to 2150 bleeding damage to every 2 seconds. Also, nearby Crossless, which those are the Azzy spawns, will come after you. So if you get that on you, your best bet is to kite them away and have the DPS burn down the ads as quickly as possible. Because if you don't, that person will get all the ads on them and quickly die. And that can't really be healed through unless this were Wrath, and it's not. So if it were Wrath, you would have been able to just, stand there and blow them or burn them down, and everyone wins and everyone's happy. See, he also has an ability called Venomous Rage. This is like his little bloodlust or heroism type of deal, which basically it increases his damage dealt by 25% until canceled, which it can be canceled through tranquilizing shot or trank shot, which however you want to pronounce it, or actually say it rather. But basically, if he'll have it on for roughly, I think it's anywhere from 5 to 12 seconds. So just make sure to have a hunter if you can in your party. And of course, vicious poison, which causes a lot of nature damage to enemy targets and their allies within 5 yards, slowing their movement speed by 30% and dealing a lot of damage every 2 seconds. Anyway, moving on to Og. He's not that terribly difficult. He has a whirlwind ability, which if you're a DPS, get away from him. Not that hard. He doesn't like zip around all over the place like what's his face from Nexus, the little general dude, or whether it be Horde or Alliance, it doesn't matter. He would just charge at you, knock you down, or fear you or whatever. He doesn't have anything like that. However, he does have a whirlwind ability. Just make sure you get out of it. Also, he has a little Bloodlust, which increases his his attack speed by 60% and its damage increased by 60%. Basically, you want to try and burn him down as quickly as possible. He has a Dragon Breath, which is a frontal cone ability that deals a lot of fire damage and also disorients you for 3 seconds. And of course, a Paralytic Blow Dart, which deals a lot of damage and reduces your haste. Moving right along to High Prophet, whatever his name is, Barum. Let's see, 50 lashings deals. Let's see, 50 lashings, 5 at a time, melee swings will cause lashing normal damage plus 5,000. So basically, the tank will have to take that, and you want to just keep him healed up. Towards the beginning of the fight, basically he'll nothing too special. He'll basically come at you, and you burn him down. Second phase is he'll go send you into the spiritual world, which basically you have to kite the ads away, burn them down, and so on and so forth. After that's done, he'll bring you back into phase 1 and just nuke them down as fast as possible. Remember to stay out of the fire, stay out of the stay away from the ads, and especially in phase 2, stay out of the hollowed ground, because you will take a lot of damage if you stand anywhere next to him. Usually the phase 2 will begin about 50%. It can be triggered a little bit early. In this video it was, which I didn't get all of it. because we started real quick and I was dilly-dallying. So basically that's what he does. And of course the last boss in here, Siamat. Sounds like Tiamat from Final Fantasy 1. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Right off the bat, he will... Sorry, I had a cough here. But anyway, right off the bat, he'll go into a little bubble. He'll summon ads. Basically, just burn those down. I'm not entirely sure if that's like a lightning strike that he hits you with, but I mean, you don't take a whole lot of damage from it. And plus, if you're like a shaman, and you have your water shield up, you generate a lot more mana that way, and that actually works in favor with you, more or less. So just keep that in mind. Again, you don't have to really kite the ads. Just burn them down as quickly as possible. After you burn down so many ads, his little shield drops, and also he'll throw everyone into the air. And he does that about once or twice. And sometimes he'll knock players off that little ledge, so be mindful of where you are standing. Especially if you're the tank, you'll evade bug him, and everyone will get mad at you and go quit, especially if you're a pug or whatever. But basically, make sure everyone is still staying on that platform after he's done with that that thing that just happened. Make sure everyone stays on the platform. After that, he's not really too tough. This is mostly a healer fight because you have to keep everyone. You can't keep everyone topped off, but you have to keep them as high health as possible with what you have. That means go ahead and bloodlust right at the second phase. Pop all your cooldowns, pop your trinkets, so on and so forth. So to burn him down quickly. As you can see, he's throwing lightning bolts at everyone, which is a lot of raid or party damage, whichever you prefer. And that pretty much does a lot of damage to everyone. So you just want to nuke him down as fast as possible. Other than that, the boss is pretty simple. Once you finally get the hang of it, it'll take probably an inexperienced group, probably 3 to 4 wipes on him to try and figure out how it works and everything. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.